The following dysfunctional gaming program was filmed in front of a live Twitch audience.
Oh, what's happening? Welcome to Dysfunctional Gaming's Talking D&D. We are on episode 18. We are talking classes. I am Thundercat0420. To my right over there, yeah, the Funko Top Dolls. We talked about the
Yes,
classes.
I'm outside that window. I'm in the wonderful land of Oz. Hello, I am GM Patch Nasty. We're talking classes.
Two specific classes today, but what classes did we talk about last week?
We talked about warlocks. I remember that vividly because you learned a lot. And we also talked about barbarians. And I did a little bit.
Yeah, you were grog for a while.
Absolutely. Bidet.
If you want to go back and listen to that, we have it on YouTube. We also have it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor FM. Anchor.fm.
Or you could type in an exclamation mark links or link. I'm not good with letters or numbers or anything. That thing. Type that. Hello, Fuzzreb. I'm sorry. I stopped doing the bit. It was last week. That's last week's bit.
Yeah, so that's what we talked about last week. We went pretty in depth. We talked about proficiency in armor and weapons pretty far into it. And then we also talked about, what did you talk about? You talked about the quick build.
Yep.
So, yeah, if you want to get into that, we have a little bit on that. And then we talk about barbarians and the warlocks. So, with that, we're going to get into our new episode here with classes part 2.
Part 2. If you will.
Today we're talking about the bard and the wizard.
Yes, those classes. I have bits for both of them. Just you wait. I've played both of those. Those are some of my favorite classes. It's spellcasting. It's the easiest way to learn spellcasting. If you want to know all the spells and get to learn them real quick, play a wizard. If you want to have fun and be very super charismatic and smile and be all hands and shaking tails and stuff, play a bard. Toss a coin to your witcher.
Right.
Thundercat.
I've played one bard. He was a Kenku. It was very hard to do, but it was a lot of fun. And then I also played one wizard in a campaign without you. For the one game that I played without any of my normal group. And that was actually
been terrible.
It was a lot of fun, actually. We had a good time I got to have a good time as a wizard. I really pushed the limits. With the DM really let me slide with some stuff.
Oh, go on, please. Tell me.
Well, I think I was still learning the rules too, so a lot of the stuff we were, I think, learning together.
Okay, fair enough.
So
I was gonna say someone let me get away with a lot.
I'd do something, and then later on, I'd find out that I couldn't do that. I'd be like, "Oh, so either he let me do it, or he just didn't know the rule either."
He maybe thought it was cool. Who knows?
So let's start with the wizard bard.
The wizard bard. Yes, that would be the. What do you want to start with? You want to start with the bard, or you want to start with the wizard?
B is before W.
So we're gonna be talking about the bard now.
Oh gosh, you're gonna be Randy Newman bard.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like my thing, just breaking out into songs and stuff.
Okay.
And I'm very charismatic. Disney keeps giving me money for some strange reasons. They got the friend in me.
Let's go over some
PHP.
Let's go over the quick build rules.
Page 52. There's a dude walking on a trapeze. I'm sorry about this. For you audio listeners, page 52.
Well done, Randy.
Thank you.
So we'll start with the quick build. They say that dexterity is the biggest ability score. I mean, sorry, charisma is your biggest ability score, and then dexterity would be your second.
Well, that's
and
just
then
the suggested rules.
yeah, and then choose the entertainer background, and then third choose
Yep.
the dancing lights and vicious mockery cantrips, along with the following first level spells: charm person, detect magic, healing word, and thunderwave.
Bread and butter, all them spells. I'd switch out personally the dancing lights for prestidigitation to keep my clothes on nice and clean.
Nice. You do learn a cantrip a few levels up.
Well, at the end you're going to have 4, and then it's at level 10 where you'll know your fourth cantrip. But not really a big cantrippy class. We're kind of like support and healing.
So let's talk about your hit dice. You get 1d8 per level.
Yep.
How does that affect the hit points?
What do you mean?
So, like, when you level up, you roll that die, right? Or you take half,
I take
plus
well,
one,
it's half round. It's half rounded up. Like if
or
it's a
half
D8,
plus
it gives
one.
you 5. Yeah, being generous.
Okay.
I can't do it anymore. Sorry.
Your hit points are determined by your hit dice and constitution. So
So
at
the higher
first
your
level,
con, the higher the mod.
yeah, at first level you start with an 8 automatically plus your con with the bard. And yeah, you get 1d8 or 5 plus your con mod per bard level after first when you level up. You're proficient in light armor, simple weapons and hand crossbows, long swords, rapiers, and short swords. You see a lot of bards with rapiers.
It's very, very cliche.
Yeah. You see, let's see, tools. You get 3 musical instruments of your choice that you're proficient with. Your saving throws are dexterity and charisma, and you get to choose any 3 skills.
Any of them. Not 1, but not 2, but 3. That is very, very crucial. Starting off, you're going to be able to cast spells because you're magical singing and dancing or sculpting or however you want to flavor your bard. You know 2 cantrips, as the quick build tells you if you're building level 1. You can turn to the appendice with the spells and pick from the list. I would always recommend having an offensive cantrip and maybe a flavor cantrip to keep your personality in your character, and then vicious mockery to mock people to death. Because nanny boo boo. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
Also at first level, you would have bardic inspiration. Not to be confused with regular inspiration, but bardic inspiration.
You can inspire others through stirring words or music. To do so, you use a bonus action on your turn to choose one creature other than yourself within 60 feet of you who can hear you. The creature gains 1 bardic inspiration, which is a d6. So they get to roll a d6 on any. For the next 10 minutes, the creature can roll the die and add that number rolled to 1 ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
And once it's rolled, it's lost, and you can only have 1 at a time. It's kind of clutch. It's super. It's a bonus action if I remember on your turn.
Yep.
If you've got someone surrounded or to get them out of the shit, you could sweep the leg, Johnny, and give them a bardic inspiration die. It's super handy. If you're a bard, certainly use it as often as you can. You do have a set amount. I think it's based off of your charisma modifier. Somewheres. Reading the next page. But you can use this feature a number of times equal to your charisma modifier. Yep. And then when you take a long rest, it replenishes.
It restarts. Yep.
Yep. As you level up, 5th level it becomes a D8, 10th level a D10, and a D12 at 15th. So someone rolling a 2 and then getting to roll a D12 and adding their proficiency bonus could still potentially hit and sway a turn a tide just because you said, "Come on, buddy," and you patted them on the back. You don't have to talk. You don't have to touch them, but it's always fun to once again throw personality into your character.
Second level, you get Jack of all trades and Song of Rest.
Oh boy, Jack of all trades.
You learn one more
Oh.
spell known, and you get another first level spell slot.
I think Jack of all trades is broken, but that is just me. So at level 2, you can add half your proficiency bonus, rounded down to any ability check you make that you don't have your proficiency in. So the rules lawyer in me says that, I mean, initiative isn't an ability check, so they would get to add that. Son of a bitch.
Yep, it is ability check.
Yep. So you can, let's say you have a second highest dex, and at second level, you can add an extra +1 to your ability check, so that brings your 3 to a 4, and so on and so forth. As your proficiency gets higher, that gets real handy to have.
Mm-hmm. Everything just bumps up.
Uh-huh.
Song of Rest. The D6.
So, yep, D6, it goes up 9th, 13th, 17th level. It's super handy if you're taking a short rest. You get to add an extra D6 of hit points for everybody who's taking the short rest. It's very clutch if you're dungeoneering and need to get that little bit of HP, or people are low on hit dice or have a low con modifier. I see a question.
Yeah, I'll read it out loud and then you can start answering it.
Okay.
Now that we are out of lockdown, I'm sorry, it comes from BuzzRab. Now that we are out of lockdown here in the UK, I am looking to try to get my local geek retreat place to get a beginner's D&D game going. What campaign/story would you go with? And also, what things do you think would be good for such a thing?
First off, I would recommend having an experienced DM for the something that you have for that sort of thing, and open minds to creative and open minds is something that's crucial to D&D. Because if your DM shit, then you're not going to want to play again.
A lot of
Go ahead.
A lot of local geek places, comic shops and stuff like that do have any D&D stuff going on. Normally have a few dungeon masters actually that they could actually maybe even get for the beginner's D&D game, knowing that they would have a good repertoire to teach. I know
Those are.
I know in Portland they had at Diversions they had a beginner's D&D game, so they had a guy there like teaching people to play. So
for stories,
they made a new beginner's box. It's not the same as the old one. It's just an updated version of the old one with a new
you get to fight a dragon.
Yeah.
I would recommend Phandelver because Phandelver it shows you how typical D&D is. You start off with a quest, shit happens, you have to go somewhere else, you go to a town, you get more side quests, you finish the side quest, you go to this place, have to go to another place without ruining
the plot
things.
keeps moving. Yeah.
Yep. If you're looking for something that you can get lost in a story, I ran a modified version of Out of the Abyss that I would love to run again, because it starts off with you being a prisoner, and you immediately need to bond with your party in order to want to escape. So that was fun. Don't play Ravenloft to start off with playing D&D because that will put a sour taste in your mouth. Same will Tomb of Annihilation, unless you go into it with like 5 or 6 characters. Doom's a really good story.
Horde of the Dragon Queen was kind of railroady, but it was a good starter for me. I got to see, it showed me how fights should be made and how you can really just go with the flow
Travel.
sometimes. Yeah.
How travel should go.
Yeah, travel works in that. Yeah, that's pretty good. So, yeah, depending on what kind of game you want, we know a bunch. So if you're looking for a specific type of game, we'll be able to help you figure out that kind of storyline stuff. And also, if you want to learn the game, I suggest listening to or watching actual gameplay podcasts or YouTube channels. Critical Role is obviously the big one we always talk about. There's a bunch of podcasts that play, and a lot of them do an initial like learning the game podcast at the beginning. So it's like they don't all really know the game when they first start the podcast. So the DM's teaching them how to play the first 3-4 episodes, and you kind of learn the game a little bit more that way too. What do you think? I think we fulfilled that.
Yeah, I mean that's an answer. I don't think. I mean, we said most of the D&D stories.
Yep.
Typically, Wizards has a balanced book, which is handy.
All right, let's talk about the Bard College.
Oh boy. This is where your bard becomes more bardy. This is where you either become a more magically versed entertainer, or you're more of like an attacky type. You can get an extra attack if you go with a Valor Bard. I've never really done a Valor Bard. I've done a Glamour Bard, which was super fun.
Yeah, well, they only have the 2 in the PHB to start.
Absolutely, yes.
And then they added the new ones in the supplemental books. Yeah.
Yep. So the lore one, if you go into it, you get proficiency in 3 skills of your choice. You also learn your wit to do cutting words, which is super, super fun. You get to hurl insults at creatures within 60 feet of you. If they're making an attack roll, an ability check, or a damage roll, you can use your reaction to expend a bardic inspiration die, rolling at the die and subtract the number rolled from the creature's roll. So you can take a 6 damage and bring it down to no damage if you roll high. And that's all they rolled. Then
if you take the College of Valor,
yep,
you get gain proficiency with medium armor, shields, and martial weapons. So you get like beefier, basically. You also at 3rd level, you would learn to inspire others in battle. A creature that has bardic inspiration die from you can roll that die and add the number rolled to a weapon damage roll it just made. Alternatively, when an attack roll is made against the creature, it can use its reaction to roll the bardic inspiration die and add the number rolled to its AC against the attack after seeing the roll, but before knowing whether it hits or misses.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty
Got
dope.
a clutch. Yeah. Warbard.
Yep. So but after that, you get expertise as well at 3rd level.
That's why typically most people go lore, because then you choose 2 of your skill proficiencies and then you double your checks with it. So let's say you took Arcana as one of the new lore ones, and now you can put that expertise in it. So now you know more about magic in general. Like if you're, it helps. You also get to do it again at level 10. So that's super clutch. Expertise is always handy to have on a class. I think the rogues also get it too when we get into them. Expertise, and then they also get one that's crazy.
Yeah, they get expertise, and then they have the evasion. I hate that.
Hey, Thundercat.
Yep.
What do we get at level 4?
Ability score improvement.
Oh yeah. That's the one thing that's similar to all classes. You'll always get an ability score, or
depending on your DM,
if they're nice. Level 5. You don't get an extra attack. You don't get anything cool like that, but you get Font of Inspiration. When you
and
take a
at level 4, you get a third cantrip.
yes, but you take a short or long rest, you get all your Bardic Inspiration dice back. Hooray!
And your Bardic Inspiration went up. And you also got your proficiency bonus up at 5th level.
Yep.
Which is across all classes again.
It sure
6th
is.
level. Tell me about your College of Lore 6th level.
It's amazing. At 6th level, you can learn 2 spells of your choice from any class. Any class. I will even delve further into it. A spell you choose must be a level you can cast, as shown on the bar table, or a cantrip. That makes it kind of awesome. And it does not count against the number of bard spells you know. So let's say you turn level 6 and you've been traveling with a druid. Maybe you would want to take Druidcraft because you can take that cantrip. Why not? It's kind of cool. You can grow little plants. You could grow little plants that like kind of dance and sing and sell them. What level spells do we have?
The Groot in a pot.
We have
Baby
third
Groot.
level spells. What could we take for a third level spell from Druid if I wanted to? This is
6th level, the College of Valor, you get an extra attack.
Ooh.
You can attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action on your turn. Easy.
Third level. Yeah, no. I would probably take is Counterspell a bard spell?
This College of Valor is like you take Vicious Mockery and you talk shit and you like armor up real good, so you just talk shit to everybody and they all try to attack you but miss because you're wearing armor and shields and stuff. And then they realize that you can attack twice after you're like, yep, bye-bye.
I would take Druidcraft and Counterspell.
Oh, there you go.
I don't have to pick from the same list.
Dope. Yeah, Counterspell's dope.
Yep, because I looked and I'm like, oh, Counterspell's not a bard spell. Yep, I would take Counterspell because I have third level spells.
Also, at 6th level, you get Counter Charm.
I've never really used it.
You gain the ability to use musical notes, or words of power to disrupt mind-influencing effects. As an action, you can start a performance that lasts until the end of your next turn. During that time, you and any friendly creatures within 30 feet of you have advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed. A creature must be able to hear you gain this benefit. The performance ends early if you are incapacitated or silenced, or if you voluntarily end it.
Yeah. Typically, by the time I want to do that, people are already charmed, so I've never really used it.
You have to get first in initiative.
It would be kind of helpful against a dragon.
True, being frightened, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or a vampire.
And they have that frightful. Yep, or a vampire. Yep. Let's see. Level 7. We get a 4th level spell.
It'd be one of those like you walk up to a vampire and you're like, "Oh, hello, sir. Let me play you this song." And you start playing a musical performance, and you're like, "Just kidding. Now my friends can't be charmed by you."
Level 7, you get 4th level spells. Woo! And another spell. What do you get at level 8?
Ability score improvement or a feat if you have a cool DM.
Yep. Level 9, you would get 5th level spells.
And
your Song of Rest is now a D8.
Is a D8.
And your proficiency bonus goes up to 4. So your Jack of all trades is now a +2 on skills that you aren't proficient in.
Yep.
All right. We are now at level 10, guys. This is where bards get real fun. So, you know another cantrip. your bardic inspiration is now a D10, so that's super handy. Now you can get a double digit on a die. You can also get another thing of expertise, but you also get magical secrets, which is what the lore bard got at level 3 or at level 6. So at level 10, you choose 2 spells from any class, including this one, and they now count as spells for you.
You get 2 more.
Yep, you get 2 more. So even if you take the Warbard, you wait a little bit more to get those cooler spells. It's not. It's. We'll get onto it when we talk about our history. Going back to the other one. 11. Nothing. You get 6 level spells. 12. What do you get at 12? Ability score improvement. Or a feat.
If you have a cool DM.
Yep, if you have a cool DM. You get another spell. Your Song of Rest is now at a D10 at level 13.
Yep.
And you have a 7th level spell.
And your proficiency bonus went up.
To 5. So now your
super strong
Jack of all trades is a 3? Is it rounded down or rounded up?
I think it's rounded down.
Rounded down. So it's still a 2.
Still a 2. That's all. Yeah,
Yep.
6 was coming up.
All right. At level 14, you get magical secrets again as a bard.
So now you know more.
Now you know more.
Spells.
But you also get things from your college. Thundercat, what do you get as a warbard?
Battle magic. At 14th level, you have mastered the art of weaving spellcasting and weapon use into a single harmonious act. When you use your action to cast a bard spell, you can make 1 weapon attack as a bonus action.
So I'm picturing just you wait, I'm coming for you, and then stab the friend in front of him.
You make a weapon attack as a bonus action. You get to do the extra attack because you took the attack action.
No. You make 1 weapon attack as a bonus action.
Okay.
You do not take the attack action.
Because that would be friggin' awesome.
Good try. Good try. However, back over on the lore side of things, our big brain plays. At 14th level, we get something called Peerless Skill. When you make an ability check, you can expend 1 use of Bardic Inspiration. Roll the Bardic Inspiration die and add the number rolled to your ability check. So, if you're self-centered, as most bards tend to be when they get to that level, you can help yourself, as opposed to others, if you're trying to be quiet. You choose to do so after you roll the die for the ability check, but before the GM tells you if you fail or if you pass, which is kind of a crucial thing to always have. That kind of helps out the college bar, the lore bard a little bit. I like that one. I never really got to it. All right, back to the big table where it gets boring again. What do you get at level 15? You get your D12 for Bardic Inspiration die.
Yeah. Moves up.
We are at 8th level spells. We're almost at the real cool stuff. 16th level. I think we're going to say it again. What do we get,
Ability
Thundercat?
score improvement or feat if you're got a cool DM.
Yep. Let's see. 17, proficiency goes up to a +6, so now your Jack of all trades is a +3. You're welcome. Song of Rest is a D12.
D12.
And you're finally at
9th level spells.
That's a wish.
Level 18, you get magical secrets again.
So 2 more spells, 2 more cantrips.
19th level.
I think we get one of those things. I think it's an ability score improvement or a feat if your DM's really cool.
Yep.
Yes, that is what. Okay.
And then level 20.
Superior Inspiration. This is the be end all big bad bard thing. When you're at level 20, when you roll initiative and you have no uses of your Bardic Inspiration left, you get 1. Woohoo! You're kind of badass before you get to level 20.
Yeah, you don't need to be at level 20 at that point.
How many? So you, when you get your last expert, like your last magical secrets, you can take like another 3rd level spell. You could take another 9th level spell. But you only have the
Crazy.
1 spell slot, but it's still having the versatility to be like, ooh, I could cast Power Word Kill or wish to cast Power Word Kill.
Right.
Yeah. I wish I could Power Word Kill that thing. Bards are fun. If you are creative and are artsy or thingy or very talkative, you might like playing a bard. You can also kind of play it as dark and brooding, or it's personality on your characters is how you play it. You go ahead. I thought you were gonna say something.
Stick around because we might be making a bard subclass after the break. That or a wizard one. We don't know yet.
Wizard ones are easy. Wizards gonna be quick. I can do wizards in a nutshell, but this is so did we do your vocab?
Yeah, hit points.
Mine are 9th level spells. If you are playing a spellcaster, please learn your spells. Read your spells.
You don't need to like memorize every part of it, but know the ones that you have prepared for the day. Like if you're gonna prepare spells, know them, or have a note card that shows them right in front of you, or have a list that has the spell right there. It just makes it easier to do.
The 2 things that I will always recommend doing if you're going to play a spellcaster is please know your cantrips in and out, because those will probably be more utilized than others. And shit. Read your spell before you ask if you can cast it. That's a big thing. Like always, like even if you don't know what it does, bring your PHB. If you just have the regular spells, you'll get to know them. Like Healing Word, is that an action or a bonus action there, Thundercat?
Bonus action.
And Cure Wounds is a
action.
Mass Cure Wounds is a
action.
Mass Healing Word is a
bonus action.
You are correct. We are pro DMs. We have played for clerics. We have played for bards. It takes a little bit. I still look up spells.
There's a lot of spells I don't know.
There's even if they add new ones, like if I've looked up light and be like, oh, that's right, I can dismiss this, and that's a cantrip.
Buzzrab asks, so obviously higher level is good, but how long generally would it take to max out your level? Averaging out easy quest and hard quest. I always personally saw bards as weak. That's from a video game perspective.
So that I'm going to answer with kind of an awkward answer. It depends on your DM, depends on what they want to do, is if you'll get to high level. Number 1. Number 2, typically if know that I'm going to get to level 20, I'm going to multi-class because most of the level 20 stuff is butts. Like, I got to level 20 with a bard. We're going to roll inspiration once. Except for Barbarian, because some of them are pretty dope.
Well, it's because Barbarians are okay going up to that point. Like, and then once you get to level 20, you're like, yeah, now I'm fucking badass. Like,
yeah, fuck me. Exactly. It also depends on how you're doing XP. If your DM is giving out XP like it's gold and making you work for it, it's going to take a while. If you have DMs like me and Thundercat who do milestone for things that, hey, you're progressing in the story. You're going to be level 4 at this point. I'm not going to tell you that, but you got to the town. So, hey, guess what? You guys are level 4. I don't know who the telemarketer is.
Exactly. The whole, hey, I have a plot line that leads up to this point, and when they get there, they have to be this level. So if they go and do all these little easy plot stuff, like easy side quests before they get to that plot point, as a DM, I'm going to say, okay, yeah, you guys are level 3, but when they get to this plot point, I need them to be level 7. Yeah, okay, yeah, you just finished that other quest. You guys are level 5 now.
Yep.
Oh, there's another quest there, and they're slowly getting to that point. You just say, okay, now you're level 7. Have your updated character sheets next week.
It's also the thing on the DM too, like throwing an encounter at a group of level 3 characters as opposed to a group of level 5 characters. Most characters who hit things will have a second attack, which changes your action economy. Yep. And that can swing a whole fight. Having a player character being hit twice, or if they're another class we'll be talking about, the fighter who has an action surge and can do it all again, so he can hit 4 times. That could take out a big bad. Is the rule of DMing is if you put stats to it, they can kill it. So be wary of that. But yeah, top. You could probably go longest. I would want to like go from 1 to 20 if I was DMing, like 2 months. like 2 months would be the shortest time frame. Like if I wanted to, I would have you guys level up.
You need to play a lot though. For me, I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot. Like depending on the story, really. If you're like, I made you guys make level 20 characters for a plot point,
or the mini that you bought.
Yeah.
That's sometimes like I'll buy a mini and be like, wow, this is super cool. And I'll write a story around the mini and be like, put out a stat block and be like, okay, I need one of these at least this level. Let's see if I can get 4 people to play D&D and see what they want to do. Okay, they did none of those. All right, let's see how this works.
Well, this is gonna be a mess. Hi, Disto.
Disto.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the wizard.
Yes.
The wizard. Buzzrab, just a real short, quick answer to that. I played from a level 1 to a level 17 with these fools, and it took 2.5 years.
Oh yeah, I was milestone, and I wanted you guys to be certain levels at certain things. So it was homebrew. That's where I was like,
mine.
Oh, yours? Oh yeah.
Court of the Dragon Queen and Tiamat was 2.5 years.
I know, that's because we're talking about wizards now. We're off to see them.
We're off to go talk about the wizard.
Yes. Hello, adventurers.
I cheated, Patch. I had cure wounds the whole time.
You were pulling out cards. Yes, I see. Wizard time. This one will be easy.
Level 1 wizard. You start with a D6 for your hit dice. You get 6 plus your con. You have hit points from higher levels. You get a D6 or 4 plus your con per wizard level that you level up. You have no armor proficiency. You have weapon proficiency of daggers, darts, slings, quarterstaffs, and light crossbows. You don't have any tool proficiencies. Your saving throws are intelligence, wisdom, and your skills are you get to choose from 2. You get to choose 2 from Arcana, History, Insight, Investigation, Medicine, and Religion.
Yes, all of these things represent the squishiness that you are and the big brain that you have. The low HP makes you a glass cannon, while the big brain makes it immune to charm. Well, you could not immune, more resistant. I wish immune.
You start with the following equipment: a quarterstaff or a dagger, component pouch or an arcane focus, a scholar's pack or an explorer's pack, and a spell book. Tell me about the spell book.
Yes, the spell book. Typically, most of them have 100 pages. How it works is each level that you have is 1 page. Cantrips do not cast that. So as you level up, more pages get filled in your spellbook. If you have an asshole DM, he might have you have multiple. If you don't, who cares?
I held like 3 because I didn't trust anyone. I would just copy spells into my other spell books.
That's typically what I would do. As Gad, I would be like, oh, we just killed a wizard. I will take his spellbook and then see what I can pillage from it.
Okay. So yeah, you copy the spells into your spell book and you can use them in your casting.
Yes. So at first level, you get spell casting. You know 3 cantrips. I believe that's the most out of any class. And then you also get your spell book. You have a spell book containing 6 first level wizard spells of your choice. Is the repository of all the wizard spells you know, except your cantrips, which are fixed in your mind. I just told you that. This is where it's going to get fun. This is where you'll start to learn most of your spells. For preparing and casting spells, you can prepare a number equal to your intelligence modifier plus your wizard level. So if you have a +3 at level 1 plus a wizard level of 1, you can prepare 4 out of the 6 of your wizard spells. You can change your prepared spells when you finish a long rest. Once again, this will fall upon the DM. If he wants it to take time, it takes a minute per spell's level. So if you changing first level spells, just going to take minutes. If you're changing your level 20 wizard, it's going to take you some time.
Preparing spells.
Your ability is intelligence. Your DC. We did not cover this. We're going to cover this right now. This is another vocab. For spellcasting, your spell save DC. This is when people have to roll against your fireballs or your vicious mockery or other cantrips and spells. It is 8 plus your proficiency modifier plus your casting modifier. So for the wizard, it would be 8 plus intelligence modifier plus at level 1 a 2. So that would bring me to a total of 13 at level 1 if I had a +3 bonus. Same goes for the bard, but it's charisma. 8 plus a 2. Let's say he's extra charismatic. +4, 14. Now your spell attack modifier. That is your proficiency bonus plus your modifier once again. That's for things like fire bolt to hit or ice dagger for maybe a bard who took something else. Wizards, it would be intelligence plus your proficiency bonus. Bards, it would be charisma plus your proficiency bonus. Ritual casting is another thing. That's entirely, we'll talk about spells on a different episode.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about ritual casting with the clerics.
Yes, that would be perfect. Ritual casting is it'll have a little R tag next to it. You won't have to use material components, and it takes more time. Spellcasting focus. You have materials which cost amounts of like sulfur dust or gum or a bit of copper wire, or you can have a focus like an orb or like a gem on the top of your staff if you're a Gandalf type, or maybe like the brim of your glasses.
A tattoo on your forehead.
Yeah. This is going to be something that you're going to want to keep in mind if you play a wizard and you get past level 1 and you don't die because you're a glass cannon. Every time you level, you are going to add 2 wizard spells to your spell book of your choice for free. Don't cost nothing. They have to be for a level that you can cast. So you're going to start to learn more spells as you go up. You cannot switch out other spells like some other classes. It's a completely different thing entirely.
The nice thing about being a wizard, though, is you can find other spell books and copy spells into your spell book, or find scrolls.
Mm-hmm. We'll get to the wait until you get to the traditions. This is when it's going to start getting crazy.
So that stuff's pretty cool too. So you can actually keep adding spells if you find them. All right. Also, at level 1, you get arcane recovery.
Handy, super handy. This keeps you in line with your warlocks.
You learn to regain some of your magical energy by studying your spellbook once per day. When you take a short rest and finish it, you can choose expanded spell slots to recover. The spell slots can have a combined level that is equal to or less than half your wizard level. So if you're at level 1, you can get level 1. You can get 1 spell slot back. And none of the spell slots can be 6th level or higher. It says, for example, if you're a 4th level wizard, you can recover up to 2 levels worth of spell slots. You can recover either a 2nd level spell or 2 1st level spells.
Right. That is super handy. Once again, dungeoning or taking short rests if you're expended your spell slots, or your mage armor just ran out and you have no spell slots. This will make it so you don't die. Once again. Arcane Tradition is your level 2. This is going to be your subclass for your wizards. There are a lot of them in the player's handbook. It's very easily surmised. When you take your tradition at level 2, depending on the school of magic that you took, every single one of them will have this trait. At level 2, when you pick, let's say, evocation, Any evocation spell you find, the gold and time is halved. To write a spell into your spellbook, it typically takes 50 gold?
Yeah, I think it's 50 gold
50 gold, and it's like 2 hours
per
or an
spell
hour,
level.
depending per spell level. So it gets pricey. So let's say you find a fireball that you didn't have. That's a 3rd level spell, so that would be 150 gold for 3 hours. The
And you
time is
need
then
the magical. Well, you can do that. You need the magical ink and stuff, or you just use the money. I can do it. I could see doing it both ways. Or if
it
you
depends on
really
it.
wanted to make it realistic, be like, no, you need to spend the 150 gold to get the spell or whatever, like, and get the
Yep.
all this. Yeah,
But that's you're always gonna have time is halved and the cost is halved. Super handy for adding things to your spellbook. But they all have the similar types of things like warlocks and bards, so they all do something different. So abjuration, we'll start off at level 2. You have an arcane ward because abjuration emphasizes on magic that blocks, banishes, or protects. At level 2, you can weave magic around yourself for protection. When you cast an abjuration spell of 1st level or higher, you can simultaneously use a strand of the spell's magic to create a magical ward on yourself that lasts until you finish a long rest. The ward has a hit point maximum equal to twice your wizard level plus your intelligence modifier. Whenever you take damage, the ward takes the damage instead. If it reduces to 0 hit points, you take any remaining damage. While the ward has 0 hit points, it can't absorb damage, but its magic remains. Whenever you cast an abjuration spell of 1st level or higher, the ward regains a number of hit points equal to twice the level of the spell. Once you create the ward, you can't create it again until you finish a long rest. Super handy. It modifies your wizard to have kind of like a little buffer. So you protect your glass cannon. You want to do the next one, or you want me to keep
School
going?
of Conjuration. As a conjurer, you can favor your spells that produce objects and creatures out of thin air. You can conjure billowing clouds of killing fog or summon creatures from elsewhere to fight on your behalf. So at 2nd level, minor conjuration. Starting at 2nd level, you can, when you select the school, you can use your action to conjure up an inanimate object in your hand or on the ground in an unoccupied space that you can see within 10 feet of you. This object can be no larger than 3 feet on a side and weigh no more than 10 pounds, and its form must be of non-magical object that you have seen. The object is visibly magical, radiating dim light out to 5 feet. The object disappears after 1 hour when you use this feature again or if it takes any damage.
That's super handy. Instant coffee cup.
Right?
Moving on to
I need
divination.
a chair. Sit down.
It's a magic chair that's a light bright. Divination. You
Your school.
you seek the past, the present, and the future. You work to master spells of discernment, remote viewing, supernatural knowledge, and foresight. At level 2, you get potent, possibly one of the best wizard spells to go.
This. I love this so much.
It's super awesome. You choose the school. When you finish a long rest, you roll 2 d20s and record the numbers rolled. You can replace any attack, saving throw, or ability check made by you or a creature that you can see with one of these foretelling rolls. You must choose to do so before the roll, and you can replace a roll in this way once per turn. You can only use each roll once. When you finish a long rest, do it again, and you lose the other ones. So let's say you wake up from, it's Sunday, you're waking up on Monday, give a nice long stretch, you give your rolls. Oh, I got a 1 and a 20. Sweet. This is going to be a fun day. Or it's good old backup to have. It's like, oh shit, I need to make an Arcana check. I have a 15. My modifier is like a +5. That's a dirty 20. I'd love that. Do I want to roll that die? No.
The School of Enchantment. You have honed your ability to magically entrance and beguile other people and monsters. Some enchanters are peacemakers who bewitch the violent to lay down their arms and charm the cruel into showing mercy. Others are tyrants who magically bind the unwilling into their service. Most enchanters fall somewhere in between. Starting at 2nd level, you get Hypnotic Gaze. When you choose this school, your soft words and enchanting gaze are magically enthrall another creature. As an action, choose one creature that you can see within 5 feet of you. If the target can see or hear you, it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw against your wizard's spell save DC or be charmed by you until the end of your next turn. The charmed creature's speed drops to 0, and the creature is incapacitated and visibly dazed. On subsequent turns, you can use your action to maintain this effect, extending its duration until the end of your next turn. However, the effect ends if you move more than 5 feet away from the creature, if the creature can neither see nor hear you, or if the creature takes damage. Once this effect ends, or if the creature succeeds on its initial saving throw against this effect, you can't use this feature on the creature again until you finish a long rest.
Andy.
So you like stop someone, creep around them, grab all their stuff out of their pockets, and then go back to the spot where you're at and be like, "Oh, what happened?"
Mm-hmm. Here we go. Wizard class number 2 that most people take. School of Evocation. You like to blow shit up. Your magic is destructive. At level 2, you can create pockets of safety for your spells. So let's say you throw a fireball or burning hands, you can make pockets of safeness inside of them. It is when you cast an evocation spell that affects other creatures that you can see, you can choose a number of them equal to 1 plus the spell's level. The chosen creature automatically succeeds on the saving throw against the spell, and they take no damage if they would normally take half damage on a successful saving throw. Super handy to have. It makes it so you can fireball a group of enemies that your friends are rushing.
School of Illusion. You have improved Minor Illusion. When you choose this school at 2nd level, you learn the Minor Illusion cantrip. If you already know this cantrip, you learn a different wizard cantrip of your choice. The cantrip doesn't count against your number of cantrips known. When you cast Minor Illusion, you can create both a sound and an image with a single casting of the spell. That's pretty cool.
Super handy. And now we're going to talk about one of my favorite schools of wizardry, necromancy. You like the undead. Yeah, you're like a mortician. So most people see them as villainous due to the close association with death. Not of them all, but forces, manipulators are considered taboo by most societies. You get a feature called Grim Harvest. You gain the ability to reap life energy from creatures you kill with your spells. Once per turn, when you kill 1 or more creatures with a spell 1st level or higher, doesn't matter if it's a necromancy spell. First, you regain hit points equal to twice the spell's level, or 3 times the level if it's a necromancy spell. You don't gain the benefit if it's a construct or an undead, because they don't have health. They are not alive. They are not life forces. Yes.
School of Transmutation. You're a student of spells that modify energy and matter. To you, the world is not a fixed thing, but eminently mutable. And you delight in being an agent of change. You wield the raw stuff of creation, and you learn to alter both physical forms and mental qualities. Your magic gives you the tools to become a smith of reality's forge. At 2nd level, you get Minor Alchemy. Starting at 2nd level, when you select this school, you can temporarily alter the physical properties of one non-magical object. Changing it from one substance into another. You perform a special alchemical procedure on one object composed entirely of wood, stone, iron, copper, or silver, transforming it into a different one of those materials. For each 10 minutes you spend performing this procedure, you can transform up to 1 cubic foot of material. After 1 hour, or until you lose your concentration, as if you were concentrating on a spell, the material reverts to its original substance.
You're Full Metal Alchemist. You can turn a coffee cup into a liquid.
Well, yeah, it would. Now, like, say there was iron gates, you could turn it into wood, and then break it so you could get through the gate.
Yep.
Oh shit!
One of those things that not a lot of people do.
Hey.
Shoot.
Uh-huh.
Man. Fuck. Yeah.
Thanks for the
Our hands
host,
from TSO.
Lady of Gold, and hello TSO. How do
I've
I
never
know
actually played
Necromancy was Patch's name?
I've never played one. I want to.
Right,
All right.
level 4.
Level 3.
Yeah, nothing.
No, you get second level spells.
Oh, you get second level spells. That's it.
Now at level 4, what do you get?
You'll notice, well, ability score increase or feat if you've got a cool DM. You'll notice as a wizard, you skip levels after second level. Third level, you don't get any features. Fifth level, you don't get any features. Seventh level, ninth level, 11th, 13th, 15th, 17th. You don't get any features, but you do get spells learned. You also get more spell slots. You get cantrips, and your proficiency bonus goes up. So yeah, you do get stuff.
Level 4.
Ability score improvement. Yeah. Fifth level, third level spells.
All right, level
and
6. We're doing the whole
bonus.
traditions things.
Arcane tradition. Go.
All right, abjuration. You get a projected ward. When a creature that you can see within 30 feet of you takes damage, you can use that reaction to cause your arcane ward to absorb that damage. If the damage reduces the ward to 0 HP, the warded creature takes any remaining damage. So that ward that you have on you, you can make other people takes the damage from it.
Deny transposition from the School of Conjuration at 6th level. You can use your action to teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see. Alternatively, you can choose a space within range that is occupied by a small or medium creature. That creature is willing. You both teleport, swapping places. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest, or you cast a conjuration spell of first level or higher. So
that's a super fun one to use.
If
ghost came in.
Oh shit!
Shit all over the room with ghost shit.
Oh Jesus!
What?
I'll let Cleric play.
Buzzrap, thank you for the gifted sub to Lady of Gold. Super cool. Thank you so much. I love that alert. Makes me laugh every time. The ghost came in and ghost shit everywhere. So basically, oh no, you're getting attacked by their
there are dudes behind us.
Yeah, they're big guys. I'm gonna switch spots with you because you're the big guy that needs to hit them instead.
Or somebody's falling down a cliff and you're first to act and you can just whip and then dimension door back up.
Yeah. School of Divination. Go ahead.
Divination, level 6. You cast divination spells come so easy to you that it only expends a fraction of your spellcasting efforts. When you cast a divination spell of 2nd level or higher using a spell slot, you regain 1 expended spell slot. So the spell slot you regain must be a level lower than the spell you cast, and cannot be higher than 5th level.
That's pretty sweet.
Uh-huh.
They want you to pick more divination spells, basically.
Uh-huh. Foresight.
School of Enchantment. 6th level, Instinctive Charm. Beginning at 6th level, when a creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an attack roll against you, you can use your reaction to divert the attack. Provided that another creature is within the attack's range, the attacker must make a wisdom saving throw against your wizard spell save DC. On a failed save, the attacker must target the creature that is closest to it, not including you or itself. If multiple creatures are closest, the attacker chooses which one to target. On a successful save, you can't use this feature on the attacker again until you finish a long rest. You must choose to use this feature before knowing whether the attack hits or misses. Creatures that can't be charmed or immune are immune to this effect. Nope, you don't hit me.
Handy. Yep. Here we go. Evocation. Easy time. Potent cantrip. Your cantrips no longer do no damage. If they pass, they do half damage. Hooray!
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
School of Illusion. At 6th level, you get Malleable Illusions. When you cast an illusion spell that has a duration of 1 minute or longer, you can use your action to change the nature of that illusion, using the spell's normal parameters for the illusion, provided that you can see the illusion. So I made a big dragon in that illusion, but now I wanted to make it look like he's rearing up on his back hind legs.
That's super cool. Here we go. Necromancy. We got undead thralls, y'all. So at 6th level, if you don't have animate dead, it's yours. You're welcome. When you cast Animate Dead, you can target another corpse or pile of bones, creating another zombie or skeleton. And when you create undead using necromancy spells, they also have the additional benefits. They have a hit point maximum is increased by an amount equal to your wizard level. So this would be an extra 6. And the creature adds your proficiency bonus to its weapons damage rolls. So damage rolls. If your zombie hits it with a slam, you add your plus, what is it, 3 at level 6 onto the
Mhm.
damage as well as what their damage is.
Cool.
Nice.
Transmutation, Transmuter Stone. At 6th level, you can spend 8 hours creating a Transmuter Stone that stores transmutation magic. You can benefit from the stone yourself or give it to another creature. The creature gains a benefit of your choice as long as the stone is in the creature's possession. When you create the stone, choose from the benefits below. You can do dark vision out to a range of 60 feet as described in Chapter 8. An increase to speed of 10 feet while the creature is unencumbered. A proficiency on Constitution saving throws or resistance to acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage. Your choice whenever you choose this benefit.
Having
Each time you-
proficiency in Constitution saving throws is clutch.
Each time you cast a transmutation spell of 1st level or higher, you can change the effect on your stone if the stone is on your person. You create a new one, the other one ceases to function.
All right. Woo, level 6 stuff. Back to the boring.
Level 7, nothing but spell slots and new spells.
Mm-hmm. That would be 4th level spells.
Level 8.
What do we get at 8th level? Ability score improvement or a feat if your DM super cool.
Level 9.
5th level spells and a proficiency increase. Woo.
Level 10.
Back to the schools. More cool stuff. All right. Improved abjuration for the abjuration wizards. When you cast an abjuration spell that requires you to make an ability check as part of casting that spell, as in counter spell or dispel magic, you can add your proficiency bonus to it. Handy.
Nice. Pretty handy.
Uh-huh.
Conjuration wizards. You get focus
boy.
conjuration. At 10th level, while you are concentrating on conjuration spell, your concentration can't be broken as a result of taking damage.
Super handy.
That's pretty
So
badass.
That elemental loves us.
Yep, he
All
won't be
right,
mad at us.
divination. Mentalk mind taking. You have a third eye. You can use your action to increase your powers of perception. When you do so, choose one of the following benefits, which lasts until you are incapacitated or you take a short rest. You can't use the feature until you finish a long rest. Dark vision. You get dark vision up to 60 feet. Ethereal sight. You can see into the ethereal plane up to 60 feet. Greater comprehension. You can read any language. Super cool. See invisibility. You can see invisible creatures and objects within 10 feet of you that are in line of sight. Oh boy. Good old devil deals now. I can read all the invisible print.
School of Enchantment. At 10th level, you get split enchantment. When you cast an enchantment spell at 1st level or higher, that targets only one creature, you can have it target a second one.
Charming to people. Yes, we are. Evocation. Oh boy, another easy one that's super clutch. You get to add your intelligence modifier to 1 damage roll of any wizard evocation spell that you cast. So Fireball now gets a +5 because I'm a smarty boy. Huh?
Nope, that's not it, Fuzzrab.
Hold on. You might want to
What's-
follow this to get to there. We've got to find Dorothy!
And you were there? And you were there?
And you were there? Yep, sure is. We're talking about wizards. Well, why didn't you say so? That's a horse of a different color.
Are we on
Where
illusion?
are we now?
We're on illusion now,
Wait,
right?
I think so.
Illusion Wizard, beginning at 10th level. You can create an illusory duplicate of yourself as an instant, almost instinctual reaction to danger. When a creature makes an attack roll against you, you can use your reaction to interpose the illusory duplicate between the attacker and yourself. The attack automatically misses you, then the illusion dissipates. Once you use this feature, you can't use it until you finish a short or long rest. So, nope, you don't hit me. Back up.
All right. Inured to death for your necromancy wizards. Beginning at 10th level, you have resistance to necrotic damage, and your hit point maximum cannot be reduced. You've spent so much time dealing with undead and the forces that animate them that you become immune to some of their worst effects. Super handy as a fucking wizard. Let me tell you.
School of
Here we-
Transmutation. Level
Just
10 Shape Changer. You add the polymorph spell to your spellbook. If it's not there already, you can cast. If it's not there already, you can cast polymorph without expending a spell slot. When you do so, you can target only yourself and transform into a beast whose challenge rating is 1 or lower. Once you cast polymorph in this way, you can't do so again until you finish a short or long rest. So you can still cast it normally using an available spell slot.
Super handy if you want to turn into like a frog or a fish or a bird or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a deer.
Yep. Just kind of hang out, be the literal flyer on the wall.
Yep.
All right, back to the table, y'all.
Back to the
All right,
table.
that was level 10. Level 11, you got 6 level spells. Neat.
What happened to level 12?
I think, yeah, it's an ability score improvement or a feat if your DM's super cool. Level 13, you get 7th level spells. Hooray, 7th level spell.
14.
Back to Arcane Traditions. Here we go. Last one. So you get your top tier cool stuff for your tradition at 14 for a wizard. All right, 14. We're going Abjuration. You have advantage on saving throw against spells. Furthermore, you have resistance against damage of spells. That's it. You now have advantage against spells and you resist the damage. Perfect. Love it. Moving on.
School of Conjuration, you get durable summons. Starting at 14th level, any creature that you summon or create with the Conjuration spell has 30 temporary hit points. Beefy.
Sweet. Moving on. Divination. You get another d20 to add to your potent feature. So now you have 3 instead of 2. Yes, extra bad dice rolls. Moving on.
School of Enchantment. You get Alter Memories. At 14th level, you gain the ability to make a creature unaware of your magical influence on it. When you cast an enchantment spell to charm one or more creatures, you can alter one creature's understanding so it remains unaware of it being charmed. Additionally, once before the spell expires, you can use your action to try to make the chosen creature forget some of the time it spent charmed. The creature must succeed on an intelligence saving throw against your wizard's spells DC or lose a number of hours of its memories equal to 1 plus your charisma modifier, minimum of 1. You can make the creature forget less time, and the amount of time can't exceed the duration of your enchantment spell.
That's pretty fun. Pretty fun. Evocation. Level 14, you can over-channel. You can increase the power of your simpler spells. When you cast a wizard spell of 1st through 5th that deals damage, you can deal maximum damage with that spell. Yep. The first time you do so, you suffer no adverse effect. If you use this again before you finish a long rest, you take 2d12 necrotic damage for each level of the spell. Immediately after you cast it. Each time you do this before finishing a long rest, the necrotic damage per spell level increases by 1d12. This damage ignores resistance and immunity.
That's fucked up.
It's kind of mean. Like
School
Cone
of
of Cold,
Illusion.
and I do all full damage.
Yeah, that's great. Well, and then I try to do it again, and I'm slowly dying because it's taking all
Oh
the
no, I
energy
only
out of me.
took 2 necrotic damage. Shit.
24. School of Illusion, illusory reality. You have learned the secret of weaving shadow magic into your illusions to give them a semi-reality. When you cast an illusion spell of first level or higher, you can choose one inanimate, non-magical object that is part of the illusion and make that object real. You can do this on your turn as a bonus action. While the spell is ongoing, the object remains real for 1 minute. For example, you can create an illusion of a bridge over a chasm, and then make it real for long enough for your allies to cross it. The object can't deal damage or otherwise directly harm anyone. I could see like you create like a scene and people think that it's like really behind you, and you go and then you just go over and sit down on the chair, and you're like sitting on the chair like come on over and hang out, and they just fall in.
Yeah.
Like
Yep. Absolutely. All right. Necromancy. You can command the undead. Even better, because if they're not your undead, you can use magic to bring undead under your control, even those created by other wizards. As an action, you can choose one undead that you can see within 60 feet of you. The creature must make a charisma saving throw against your wizard spell DC. If it succeeds, you can't use this feature on it again. If it fails, it's now yours. It obeys your command and is friendly until you use this feature again. However, intelligent undead are harder to control in this way. If it has an intelligence of 8 or higher, it has advantage on the saving throw. If it fails the saving throw and has an intelligence of 12 or higher, it can repeat the saving throw at the end of every hour until it succeeds and break free. Your zombies are not mine. Fuck you.
School of Transmutation. You get Master Transmuter. You can use your action to consume the reserve of transmutation magic stored within your transmuter stone in a single burst. When you do so, choose one of the following effects. Your transmuter stone is destroyed and can't be remade until you finish a long rest. Major transformation. You can transmute one non-magical object no larger than a 5-foot cube into another non-magical object of similar size and mass and of equal or lesser value. You must spend 10 minutes handling the object to transform it. Panacea. You remove all curses, diseases, and poisons affecting a creature that you touch with the Transmuter Stone. The creature also regains all of its hit points. That's crazy. Restore Life. You can cast the Raise Dead spell on a creature you touch with the Transmuter Stone without expending a spell slot or needing to have the spell in your spellbook. That's pretty dope too. Restore Youth. You touch the Transmuter Stone to a willing creature, and that creature's apparent age is reduced by 3d10 years to a minimum of 13 years.
Yep.
This effect doesn't extend the creature's lifespan, but you could make someone look like they're 20 and when they're actually 33.
You could make your wizard self, who is 60, look like you're 20. If you get a good enough roll. No, you'd be 30.
Oh, 30.
Yeah. All right.
That's crazy.
That's all you get for your arcane traditions. You stop at 14, and then it takes a little bit to get to the big bad boy stuff for wizards. We're at 15. You're getting 8th level spells. Hooray. What do we get at 16?
Ability score improvement or a feat if you got an okay deal.
Yeah. 17, you got 9th level spells. All right. Here it is, folks. 18, you have spell mastery. This is when your wizard starts to become unkillable. If you really play this off well, because you've achieved so much mastery over certain wizard spells that you can cast them at will. Choose a 1st level wizard spell and a 2nd level wizard spell that are in your spellbook. You can cast these spells at their lowest level without expending a spell slot when you have them prepared. So, if you have Mage Armor, you can always cast it at will without having to expend anything. Or, as well, you can have Misty Step and cast that at will. That's also pretty fucking badass to have.
Shield.
Yep, Shield's also another handy one. By spending 8 hours in study, you can exchange one or both of the spells you have chose for different spells of the same levels. That's where it's even cooler. Because if you know you're just gonna sit on like a boat and you want to make sure that nothing in the air takes you, I'm taking 1st level magic missile, and I'm just gonna be pew 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 pew. Fuck off, seagulls, pew pew. Super clutch to have, because then you have spells that you know forever and always.
All right.
19th level. Ability score improvement or feat if you cool. Yeah. You get the point. Most classes have the same thing. They'll differ when we get to one other class when we talk about it.
Level
Level
20.
20.
You get your signature
boy.
spells. When you reach level 20, you gain mastery over 2 powerful spells. You can cast them with little effort. Choose 2 third level wizard spells in your spellbook as your signature spells. You always have these spells prepared. They don't count against any number of spells that you have prepared, and you can cast each of them once at third level without expending a spell slot. When you do so, you can't do so again until you finish a short or long rest. If you want to cast either a spell at higher level, you must expend a spell slot at normal. So,
Super handy.
just a counter spell extra.
Yeah, or fireball. You pick 2.
Yep.
Yeah,
Lightning bolt.
so lightning bolt, something like that, dispel magic.
Yep.
So Fuzzrab, magic missile is one of the bread and butter spells of wizards.
I like Magic Missile a lot, but I wouldn't probably get it for my spell mastery because at first level, like you said, you're taking out like seagulls with it. Not at a lot higher levels. You're not taking out a lot of people for a free spell, and like having that buff of shield or mage armor or one of those free all the time is because you don't need to cast those at higher level to get more.
But magic missile is also one of the only spells that you don't have to roll to hit; it just hits.
Right, but if I had
D4
if I used it at 8th level magic missile,
Yeah.
I'm getting whatever it is, 15d4.
It's good in video games because you can get it more powerful, as you said. But D&D, you're wasting some of your higher level spells on it. Like 9th level, if I'm casting magic missile at 9th level, I'm really hoping that thing's got a low HP so I can kill it, or I'm just gonna cast power word kill, and then I'm gonna kill it anyway. But yeah,
That's the wizard.
That's the wizard. That's a wizard in a nutshell right there. Boom.
Let's not go to break. Let's just keep going.
All right.
Past experiences playing a bard or a wizard?
I played both of them. Not really. Get out of here, Pez. I don't want to be famous.
Buzzrap, get him.
I'm
Give
gonna
him the knuckle
drop that hammer.
sandwich. Yeah.
Bam.
Mooches to you.
You know what that was there with that band hammer? That was a critical hit. I played a lot of bards. I played a lot of bards. I played a lot of spellcasters. I played a lot of wizards. It helps knowing your spells if you're going to do a caster. It also helps if you want to learn spells. Bards, you could spin a bard and make a bard just about anything if you want to personalize it and have it be your bard. Wizards are a little bit harder, and typically wizards and paladins are the ones that I see the most cliches with, like studied wizard or not like an absent-minded like professor or something like that. But yeah, I loved playing Elias, who is the little kobold bard, who is a glamour bard, and his things were I could charm people for an hour, and after an hour I'd bamboozle them and get the hell out of there. Gad was a divination wizard and chaos incarnate. Zaphod was a conjuration wizard, so being able to bring a fire elemental that at level 10, oh, you hit me, get him. Wait, yeah, no, you fucked with the wrong wizard. Thundercat?
I played the Kenku wizard where I had to the Kenku bard where I had to remember everything everyone said to make my spells work for its vocal components.
Well, the thing, you could have done sounds too.
Well, yeah, I mean, I just had fun trying to write down everything people said and then make the voices that they said it in.
Yeah,
that was the fun part about that.
But
I didn't really go far with that one as a bard. But like I said, that other wizard I played, I was really pushing the limits. I would do a lot of misty steps and then cast cantrips at them from far away as they were trying to approach me. I'd misty step over to my barbarian and then turn him into a T-Rex and be like, "Good luck," and then get out of there, run away. So, I don't know. I was just having a lot of fun. Yeah, I was just having a lot of fun running around, fucking with the battlefields because I could as a wizard. You can really kind of change the way the battlefield looks, throwing Eovard's black tentacles out and That's difficult
Hello.
terrain. Come get us. Like,
Yep.
I don't know. I was just kind of that was a fun thing to do when I was playing a wizard. So we were gonna make a subclass for the bard. Do you want to do that?
That's up to you. I mean, we're running pretty long as it is. We can save it for a whole thing because I know that's
Yeah.
going to take us a while, and I know
Yeah.
you want to make this one, and I know
I
you're
want
going
to
to
make
put
a
some
real
time and
one.
effort into it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know
so
you, Thundercat.
let's do some shout outs and talk about what we got going on for Dysfunctional Gaming this week.
Okay. What do we got going on tomorrow, Thundercat?
Tomorrow is Wednesday. We're going to be playing some Warzone tomorrow night. Warzone Wednesday with myself, DD, Vandal, and possibly Disto. Oh, here we go. Buzzrab. We have a question. Obviously, I'm thinking about a lot about D&D. You guys might have done this already, but what are the nuances of reputation? Like, I know a paladin is goody two-shoes, but obviously there are different classes of rep. Well, that's up to you, honestly.
Really?
There's a little. They have their chaotic goods. They have their lawful goods. They have their neutrals.
Your
they
backgrounds.
have. Yeah, it depends
Your
on how
background's
you.
also-
Yeah, how you want to write it. You could be a bad paladin. There's Oathbreaker paladins. Yeah, it's
That is a whole episode,
we could do a whole episode definitely about that.
Tropes.
Yeah. It's basically whatever you want to make, but make sure you can work it with your team. Make it with your party. Like if it doesn't work with your party, then it's gonna really make it hard for your party to have fun. Because you're gonna.
I mean,
it like slows it down. It changes the outlook of the party. If you're
as we talked about bards in this episode, bards are typically played as horny bards. Thank you, Sam Riegel. But you could think about Bob Ross. He was technically a bard. He painted and he entertained, and he was very soft spoken. And
you could be Hulk Hogan
like that
and be a bard.
Oh yeah, brother. We're just gonna go on over this side of town, and then we're gonna bring it back down here.
And then you could have that could be the Valor one because he could take a hit.
Yeah.
And shit. Like.
I
mean,
speaking
paladin.
of themes,
Speaking of bad paladin, Archon.
Vandal.
Archon was a paladin, right?
Yes, he was, and he was not an
Oathbreaker.
Oathbreaker.
He was
devout.
He was devout, but then he Oathbreak to become Tiamat's, and then he became a devout Tiamat paladin.
Enough.
So yeah.
But yeah, you could spit a devout paladin to a bad god.
Yeah.
And not even have it be an Oathbreaker. But it's
Yep.
Joe Manganiello. Speaking of teams, Thursday, hopefully, pending on babies, Vandal and I are going to finally play some Destiny 2 and do the Season of the Splicer. He's been playing, I have not, because Pokemon.
And you guys are streaming it on his or yours, depending.
Yes, sir.
Whenever people get started.
Yeah.
Okay.
Friday.
Friday is Tips Live. Tips Live broke Dysfunctional Gaming's Tips Live. I don't even think they sent in a script. I think all the money that we spent at Dan's Evan to get the parts that we need for Tips has been. I don't think we've like managed our money well for Tips.
You know how you could help us manage our money well? You could go to our Patreon and give us your money.
Give us your money. Only $3 a month.
$3.
All we need is
yeah, that's enough. That's enough for 40 for Thundercat.
Yeah, and Dysfunctional Dad's right.
Month.
Dan's been MIA. It's true. Dan's been MIA. It's so true. It's in our links.
Saturday. What's on Saturday?
Saturday, episode 11 of Zombo Force will be dropping. We are excited to get our penultimate out. We have one episode remaining after this, where we are going to wrap up our first ever season of YouTube perfection, basically. It's all I can say about it. It's just been the most perfect season of of television I've ever seen.
It's not television.
On YouTube, you can check
There
out
you go.
Zombo Force. YouTube TV, same thing.
Not to be confused with Twitch TV.
And ultimately, it's
Yeah,
like
Zombo Force
45
Endgame.
minutes long. Oh, God.
What
Zombo Force
classes are we-
Endgame. Finale's coming up after 11. 12 is going to be the finale, yes. And we're going to try to start that around 9:30. We might play some games before we start. We're hoping that DD can jump in before we start the episode.
I'm hoping I'm not a zombie by that because I'm getting my second dose on Friday. So I'm hopefully not going to be dead to the world.
Oh, boy. Good luck.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard that the second one, the following 24 hours is rough.
All I know is my arm was fucking killing me for the last 3 days.
I told you, I was like, dude, my arm's going to suck. And I was like, you fuck, ooh, you beep. I was like, okay, I love you too.
I'm still not gonna. I called myself a wimpy boy too.
Yep.
I said,
what
man,
are we talking
I'm such
about?
a puss. I can't get over this. My arm hurts.
Monday.
Monday
Yep.
is survival night. 10:30 p.m. Eastern. We're day 4 of Raft, which is actually like day 30 in the game. But we actually are finally moving through the storyline. So
yeah, but
that's
Dee,
good.
how are you health wise after your second shot? That's my question. And then next week, Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to continue on to classes part 3, where we're gonna talk about expectant look at Thundercat and his beard.
Clerics.
We're gonna talk about clerics, and I'll pick the other one. We're gonna talk about the bonus action class itself, monks.
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to do 2 spell casting again.
No, I didn't.
All right.
Okay, first one was way worse. Okay, good to know.
Also, well, what's the shark called? Luis.
Shark bait. Ooh ha ha.
We've already killed Bruce, Bryce, Jamal, Stefan, Cameron, Charlemagne, and Luis is the newest one, I think. Luis is dead. Luis dead? I don't remember. Oh, Grant. Grant's the new one. We killed Luis. It's Grant. Yes, I said it before Fuzzrap said it. Okay. So, who do we go raid tonight?
Well, hold on. There's still itinerary.
Oh, what's the itinerary?
Shameless self promotions once again.
Oh, yeah. Tell us.
Hi, I'm GM Patch Nasty. You might know me as Randy Newman as when we're doing Dysfunctional Gaming. But I have a channel, twitch.tv/GM Patch Nasty. I've been playing Pokemon, and I did some things yesterday to make it more Pokemon-y. So you should come and follow me, twitch.tv.GM Patch Nasty and the things. Maybe I even do a Red Nuba voice for you. Come on over, Rover. Let Randy take over. I'm done.
Thanks, Randy.
Don't forget about Patreon.
All right. Yes. Don't forget about Patreon. I'm Thundercat0420. I've been streaming with Dysfunctional Gaming mostly, other than my own page. But I am coming up on my 12-month, my 1-year affiliate.
That's a whole year.
Stream. So I think I'm going to be trying to do a stream for that on my page. But
what do we got this week? We got to do a stream too.
might have to do some spoopy for you.
Oh, yeah.
Continue until dawn. Because I haven't beat it yet. Maybe. We'll see what happens. But if you really want to catch me on this channel here, we do a lot. I do a lot more here. So,
yes, he does. He works his ass off as well as DD.
Without further ado, who are we rating?
Boop-a-doo. I'm looking at the things who's doing stuff. We
Snow
got
Angel.
Stowe's doing BDO.
Let's go see Snow Angel.
Let's go see Snow. Okay. Hey, Thundercat. What's one of your favorite Disney movies?
One of my favorite Disney movies?
Yep. That's not Toy Story.
Could someone put in the raid for Snow Angel?
I will as soon. Yeah, we can do that.
We'll do. Let's do Cinderella.
Cinderella. You're gonna hate me. Cinderella. Bibbidi.
Oh my
There
goodness.
it is. Yep, sure it is. I'm gonna put this over here on its own little window. Then we're gonna go to. We already read. Oh no,
Don't put
did
it
we already
in?
read over?
No?
No. Where? Why can't I see it? Where did it go? My things hate
Thanks,
me.
Fuzzrap.
Ah.
Thanks, you buddy.
Are we?
All right.
Are we getting ready to raid?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, hang on.
We need someone to put it
Do it.
in.
I'm going. Raid at SN0WXANGEL. I did it. I did the things.
All right, we're on the ending screen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there was a new game I was playing in my head at work today. I sing Disney songs in my head that aren't Randy Newman like Randy Newman. So, bibbidi bobbidi boo, here we go. Salagadoo, la midgigaboo, la bibbidi bobbidi boo. Put them together with what you got. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Salagadoo, la midgigaboo, la bibbidi bobbidi boo. It'll do magic, believe it or not. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Yes, salagadoo, beans, a mitchikaboo, boo. But the thingamabob that does the job is bibbidi bobbidi boo. Salagadoo, mitchikaboo, bibbidi bobbidi boo. Put them together and what do you got? Thundercat, what do you got?
Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
Yeah, salagadoo, means mitchikaboo, boo. But the thingamabob that does the job is bibbidi bobbidi boo. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Do do ba doo ba doo doop. Boobity doop ba doo. Doop. Doop boop doop. I'm but the boop and doop and for the time now. Doop.